What's up, besties?
What's up? I'm Jenna.
And I'm Marissa, and welcome back to Crazy as a Mother podcast.
Where life happens.
Best friends help.
And coffee does not hurt. I hope everyone's doing good. It's to be back to be recording more episodes.
I know, so fun, so excited.
So excited. We're doing better. Shut up. We're doing better at TikTok, so that's been fun.
Yes.
We're getting good at it. So make sure you guys check out over there. We're getting I'm pretty proud of our skills. We're getting kind of hip.
We have the moves like Jagger.
We do moves like Jagger.
Don't be jelly, okay? Okay.
And we got most of them on the first try, I think.
Yes, lately. How are you doing, my love?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing not bad. We're recovering from my twins turned 3.
Oh my god, it's so cute. Your house looks so good.
I literally just took down their hanging decorations like a week later. So, same old stuff, but overall I can't complain. Yeah, it's monotonous. It's monotonous. Nothing exciting. Same stuff, different day.
Look on the bright side of life.
Just dragging this down in the very beginning. Life sucks. It's boring.
Life's tough. Get a helmet. Name that quote.
I don't know. I've literally never heard it. I feel like you're going to defriend me now that I don't know it.
You know what? This podcast's over. Eric Matthews.
Boy Meets World?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like, life's tough. Get a helmet. Doink. And it's around that.
I literally never watched that show.
Never?
No, I didn't have cable.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I was 18 when we got cable. Now, if you want to talk about Addams Family, Recess,
Da-na-na-na.
I watched all that. Pepper Ann, everything.
Yeah.
Do you remember Saturday morning cartoons?
Yes. Well,
it was on ABC or I think something like that.
Yeah.
That's what we used to watch.
Yeah.
Our broke asses used to watch that.
We used to watch that too.
I know.
We don't have cable now. We have YouTube TV. That's what we're using.
I feel like cable is almost like a thing of the past.
Yeah, because
nobody uses it much. I don't have any type of TV. I just have streaming services.
She doesn't even have a TV. They just get a picture frame and they watch nature.
I have a cardboard box that we cut out and we do puppet shows. We glue eyeballs on socks.
Oh, hi, kids. What do you want to do today? What are we doing right now?
Oh, my God, no. We go on nature walks, scavenger hunts. We hunt for ants.
Oh, the ants go marching one by one, and then the neighbors are like, what are they doing? And Jenna's like, nothing to see here.
We're just not watching TV.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God, but that's enough out of me. How are you?
I'm doing phenomenal now. No, just, the first week of, I guess it was, the first real week of everybody being back in school. And then Finney had his meet and greet. So he starts on Tuesday. Tuesday is his first day. And he walked right in for the meet and greet. I was there. I didn't leave. It was only 15 minutes, but he was, ready to go. Walked right in. Was,
isn't it bittersweet?
Everything. I'm going to cry.
Yeah, Dalton walked in first grade. He said he was so nervous. He told me to not do car line. Because you can drop him off.
Yeah.
But he wanted me to park and walk him in because he was nervous. And it's just gonna sound a little selfish, but it still feels good to be wanted. Though he's 6, he still needs his mommy. But when he went up, I asked if I could walk him in. They said no. There's faculty that was showing the way. I said goodbye, give me a hug. He half hugged, put his shoulder into me, and gave me this backwards wave. I'm like
no, I'm too cool.
I know.
Oh, no.
They're getting big, man.
That's it. The girls are on the bus and we walk them up and they just go on too. Eve Bryn wants to sit in the back. Did we talk about that at all?
No.
She wants to go right to the back of the bus with the older kids. I'm like, you're in kindergarten. First, I don't think they're allowed when they're that young. So then this way, the bus driver knows that they're in kindergarten.
Yeah.
And she sat with the 8th graders. I'm like, what are you doing?
She already knows. She already knows the social drill.
She's like,
that's my
bestie, Mom. That's what she said. Because the one girl is really nice. I've met her just on, volunteering at school. And she's always such a sweetheart to the kids, to the girls.
Oh, my God. I can just see her I can see her kicking someone out of the seat. Move over, please. I'm sitting here.
Yeah, she doesn't care. She'll sit next to whoever. But really just,
Normal.
normal, getting back to it. I feel like I'm really nervous for Finn to start school, but I don't know. I partly think he's going to do good. I know it's going to be great for him to help develop, like, those social skills that he needs for the kids his age.
Well, you were telling me, too, he's the baby that you were full-time stay-at-home mom with, so that's got to be, not that it wasn't hard when the other ones went to school, but it's different.
Yeah.
And he's your last. But he's going to do so good.
You know what's the hardest, though, that with everyone, like, with Ava going, I had the twins. When the twins went to school, I had Finn. So Finn's going to go, and, like, I'm just going to be... Well, my mom's going to be the first day. She's like, we're going to go out to breakfast. We're going to do stuff. So I'm like, okay, because I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yeah. I know. But it's cool, though, to see them in every stage. I try to remind myself of that when I, like, get upset that they're getting so big. Is, like, well, at least I could say for Dalton, because he's the oldest, and obviously we see more stages of his life. But there's something to enjoy at every stage.
Oh, yes.
Like, I feel like once I had the twins, because the situation was a little different between having Dalton and having the twins. So, like, when we had the twins, me and Justin, like out loud said to each other, like, we're going to make it a point to not wish for the next milestone.
Yep.
And I truly feel like, I don't feel like the 3 years with the twin, for us, like, flew by. I feel like it went as it should have. Because we did that I didn't do that with Dalton. Like I said, things were different. But I think starting it at that point in all of our lives, Dalton's age, when the twins were born, we carried that over to Dalton, too.
And you guys may have more, right?
Justin will murder you in your sleep. I think he will.
He's going to be like, we're deleting this part out of it.
Yeah. Delete. I don't know. I mean, I'm only 31, so it's not ruled out. But there's days you get baby fever, and you're like, oh my gosh. And I feel like everyone I know just had a baby or is having a baby in the next 3 months.
Yes.
And then you get
all the babies. I want to snuggle everyone's baby.
Honestly, if I was guaranteed, not that there's anything wrong with twins, so I don't want this to come out wrong, but if I was guaranteed a single girl baby, I would like.
we're like pinning it down.
Yeah, a single girl
and
baby.
A girl.
I would go for it. But it is, honestly, twins are hard, and, like, I had a rough time with
Oh, my God, I would do twins again.
Would you?
Yeah.
God. I mean, obviously, I would if I had them. I'm not going to, like, give them back.
The twin toddler stage, I felt was so much harder than the newborn stage.
Absolutely.
Like,
this stage now, the twins, is horrific.
That was, like, I remember that, and then, like, I had a newborn while they were doing, like, the 3-year-old running around, like, craziness, and I was just, like... Oh my God. Actually, I just enjoyed it. Do whatever you want. I got a home baby, whatever.
Trash it.
But enough about babies. Who's ready for the whole damn moments? All right. I'm going to go first.
Okay.
We're switching it up. We're switching everything up today. And my title is inspired by...
Oh my God, these are the fucking
Ivar
titles.
the Boneless. I hope I said his name right. Ivar the Boneless from the show Vikings. If you ever watched it, love that show. And mine's called Marissa the Toothless. Wait. It's a really quick story. I'm trying to make it really quick. So I had to get a root canal the other day. And I went there, and the root canal was like on tooth 20, just say tooth, whatever. But the one in front of that, I previously got a root canal because I broke it. I'm like terrible. I don't know. My teeth stink. So anyway, I already have a root canal. So then they go, and I got that one like 2 years ago. So they're like doing all the root canal stuff, and then they put the molding in for that tooth. And have you ever had a root canal done?
Yes.
Okay, so like you have to like snap your mouth open.
Yes.
So she's like, snap your mouth open. Mind you, my mouth is numb. And I'm like, she's like, okay, well, you just try to open your mouth. And I'm like drool's coming out of my mouth. So finally, I was like, snap. The dentist comes out, and he's like, oh my God, you got her root canal.
What?
The freaking ripped out the root canal that was already in it. She was like, oh, no wonder your mouth couldn't open. And I was like, are you going to put it back in? Like, what are you guys going to do?
That's the reason people hate the dentist right there.
Dude, and honestly, so my first root canal was fine, and I didn't have any problems. This one, I think because they friggin' got ripped out, the other one, but my mouth has been hurting so bad, just like the gums.
Yeah.
But that was my oh damn moment, because I'm just laying there like,
oh my God.
Marissa the toothless, now I'm missing 2 teeth.
You come up with a title for everyone. I freaking love it.
That's just what I do.
Do
it live.
I think.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that what I desire. Oh
my God. All right, man. So I'm trying to think of which one, but so my son Dalton, while he's the cutest, he ain't rubbing too many rocks up there together sometimes. So a few days ago he was getting off the bus and he forgot, gets off the bus and Justin's like, dude, like, where's your school bag? Where's your lunchbox? They had to chase down the bus.
Oh my gosh.
Chase down the bus and get the stuff off. So 2 days ago, yesterday or the day before, Justin goes to get him off the bus, and he's waiting, and the kids get off, and Dalton doesn't get off the bus. So Justin, like, the bus starts to pull away, and Justin chases the bus down. He's like, where's my son? Like, he's supposed to get off at this stop. So here Dalton is kibitzing on the bus. He's on the bus, missed the stop with this little kindergartner. And the kindergarten mom was, like, running with Justin. They're like, where are the kids?
Oh, my God. So her child, too, was on the bus.
Yeah, they were kibitzing together. The kid here lives down the street. And so they get off. He gets him off the bus. And he's like, dude, like, I have to pay attention. All this good stuff. And then I feel like this isn't a great story, but then the kid gets off the bus. And the bus starts to pull away. And the mom says to the kid, where's your lunchbox and school bag? So my son is him and this kid probably shouldn't just be together. They're going to need, like, supervisors at all times because it was crazy. So, my kid doesn't get off at the right bus stop. His little buddy forgets his stuff, and it's going to be a fun year.
Oh, my God. You got to love kids.
I know.
My kids do that. I'm surprised Bryn's been good so far.
Yeah.
But it's probably because Evelyn, this is her, like, third trip on the bus now.
Yeah, she's
Last year, she was a card rider because Bryn was in pre-K.
Yeah.
And she couldn't take the bus. But Evelyn will always forget her homework. She'll just leave her books in school. And I'm like...
Are you sure that's not planned?
Yeah, well, I'm starting to think that. Like, last year, she would just be like,
whoopsies.
I can't do my religion work because, I left the book there. And I'm like, where's your math worksheet? Oh, I didn't bring the right folder home. And I'm like, okay, so where's your spelling work? She's like, oh, man, that book got left to my desk too. This year, she's doing way better. But last year, literally, it was like every other night. And I'm like...
And she said, fuck that homework.
Oh, my God. But then the teacher, now what she would do is, like, the teacher would just send it to me.
Oh, okay.
So then she would have to do it anyway, and then gradually books started.
Right.
Miraculously not being forgotten at school.
Oh my God, dude, I love kids. They're the best.
Dalton is a social butterfly.
Women. He's social with the women.
Oh, was it a little girl on the bus?
No, he finally made a boyfriend.
Okay.
Boy, yeah. But he like
a bromance.
He made a bromance, and he came home. He's like, oh, I made friends at school, and he's like naming all these girl names. Oh, I meet Katie and Kelly. I'm like, my man is just...
He's a ladies man.
He is a ladies man, and he's very charming. I feel like he knows how to, like, he's in, like, a show-off phase, but, like, he knows, like, if you can tell
he's just a cutie. Like, he seems like...
He is. He's the best.
Like, he's just so sweet. Like, he's a sweetie.
He's a sweet nature kid. Like, he plays with the kids that get picked on, and... But, yeah, oh, God, he loves the women. He loves the women. It makes me nervous.
He's a ladies man.
I know. He's going to get older. I'm not going to be able to control him. Control what we do. Or he does. So we'll see. But, yeah. Speaking of control. Segue. So the topic we're going to talk about today. And, again, we try to talk about topics that me and Marissa actively talk about. And not just, like, whip stuff out of our butt. But this is something that we've talked about this week, like literally maybe a few hours ago.
Yes.
So somebody told me before.
If you haven't guessed, we talk basically every day.
Yeah. Somebody told me before, they said, it's okay if you don't know a God, but just know that you ain't God.
Ooh.
I know, right? So the topic we were getting into, and it's not, when I say trying to play God, not talking about a specific lockdown of a God. You're trying to play controller, trying to play life manager, whatever you want to call it, or, in a good orderly direction.
If you want to make higher source, spirit, universe.
Whatever you want to call it.
What was this? Like in the mummers right now? What was I just doing?
Taking the energy to the universe.
Did you see that? I'm like...
So, there's just a lot of things in life, and this is like a very broad topic, so I'm trying to narrow it down a bit. I think some of the hardest things about control, like, of course, like, there's the big things. You can't control the weather. You can't control other people. You can't control what your neighbor's going to do or anything like that. Or
how something plays out.
Yeah.
Like, if you have an event planned, you can't control if things are going to go wrong.
Right.
Or if decorations aren't going to show up, or they give you the wrong cake, like...
But I feel like with personal life things, it's so easy to forget that.
Yes.
Yeah. Kids, when it comes to loved ones, or, like, domestic disputes... like family members not getting along, and it's like, well, my way or my resolution is probably going to be the best. So you listen to me, and you'll be okay.
Yep.
And I like to do that because I think that I'm a pretty educated, smart, level-headed person. So I can get my ass in the air. Like, I think, like, my advice is good advice. So, like, if you would just take my advice, playing God, then you'd be okay.
I think, speaking of, like, disputes too, another way of playing God would be... God, these chairs. Sorry, I gotta get comfortable. Would be, like, for me, I feel like I try to be in control as in being, like, the savior. And, like, I'm gonna mend...
Yes.
I'm gonna mend that relationship.
Yes.
And make it better. And then it weighs on me, like... Because I know now, like, no... I can't do that. They have to fix it in their own time.
Yeah.
And it's out of my hands. It's out of my control. But something I do, like, linger in the back of my head is like, oh, like, well, what if I just try to get in between them and talk it out, and maybe I can be, like, the mediator.
Yes.
And control it in that way.
And if you kind of twist that a little bit, if that perspective is kind of a little selfish, it's like kind of ego driven. That's like, I'm going to be the one to do this. And, I'm sure most of the intentions are pure, but speaking for me, like, yeah, of course I want to solve the problem, but I want to stroke my ego a little bit, or subconsciously I want it to grow a little bit by you using my answers and, or my advice or whatever it is. And, another part with the control is the what ifs. And again, I think it's easier to, like, separate, like, what if an asteroid hits tomorrow? And that's not to say that's not a real worry. I'm not trying to negate anybody that worries like that. But, like, well, what if this, particular problem plays this way? Then what? Then what? Then what? Then what? And for me, I can go down a rabbit hole that I've just taken on every single life problem, a problem that hasn't even fucking happened yet. Or hasn't happened, period.
Yep.
So what is, like, the answer to backing that up? Or, what things...
Like, why does it happen?
Yeah. And, like, how is it... Because I feel like most stress is self-implemented. And it's usually implemented on shit that is out of our control.
Yeah.
A very small part.
I think it has to, like, at least for me, a lot of reason, it's like, I'm trying to, like, put it into the right words. Like, I feel like we would do that, or I would do that, like, for being the mediator. Let me get my words together. I'm sorry. Like, being the mediator, or just worrying about, what if this happens, or, like, if something goes wrong with the birthday party, like there's so many scenarios for this. I feel like it's just kind of like people pleasing, like it's
Yes.
like having habits of being a people pleaser, constantly putting like other people's needs before your own,
Yeah, to a fault.
and like like being like perfect, like just the worry of being perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like can lead to those fears and trying to control, like playing God as in controlling the outcome of what's happening.
Yes.
And just really struggling with perfectionism.
And I think there's an extent to, like, you know, like you put others before yourself, but I think that's true to a degree, because I think it's kind of circular that if you're taking the time to, even like if you don't like whatever you get down with, if you meditate, if you pray, like if you like to be in nature, just whatever, just be like take a few seconds out of the day and just remember like who you are and who you're not, you know. And just take care of yourself a little bit, like mentally prep for the day, like if you work out or whatever. But I do find, again, to an extent, that being in service to others is a great way to exit the anxiety and the stress in my head. Like if I focus on, because there's words are, in a way, they're selfish, because it's all about
I do have
me.
a question. I don't know if you maybe answered it, but like what, in a sense, can you give us an example of like how you think you play God in your life?
How I play God in my life?
Yeah.
Simple things like day to day, like if something needs to be done and like I ask my kids to do it or Justin to do it and they don't do it, then I get pissed. Just like day to day to those things. On bigger spectrums, I like to manipulate situations to where there is peace. I feel like it's my job to fix it, but it's not my job to fix it. And honestly, just worry, like things of the future, or questioning, like I believe in a higher power, I believe in God, or questioning God's plan. So I write out what I think my life should be, or like what my future should look like, or what like I think I deserve as far as finances or materials or certain gains, and what I think I and just don't let God do his job.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, God will move mountains, you just have to bring the shovel. And I'm just trying to move the mountain and doing very little digging. It never works. It never works out that way. So I don't know. I don't think that was I didn't give like a specific answer, but I worry about all the time about outcomes of things.
Yeah.
Or
I do the same thing, like, like say I'm trying to figure out how to put it in the words. Like I'll be like, oh, say if something, I'll say in the past, if something bad happened yesterday, I'll be like, oh, that happened because I didn't put my shoes on a certain way. Like I messed up the little details of my routine, and because I did that, then this happened. Or because I did that, oh, it's raining because I didn't put the pans away like I should have. Or
Really?
I decided to feed the dog before I decided to do this. That's like where me, it's like I feel like because I didn't do something, then that
it's like
happens.
a domino effect.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it's something I still struggle with. Like, no, Marissa.
I don't know if I ever consciously thought that.
The way that it all played out. Because that's how God wanted it to play out, not how Marissa played it out.
It rained because it was supposed to rain. It was written in a plan, the plan that's not ours. But it's just, I don't know, it's just something that's really, really tough. Because it's really is just wasted energy. Life is so, I know, life is short, I know. But but it's facts. Like there's so much SHI. Why am I spelling like my kids are in the room? There's so much shit happening, and it really, like, I've started taking on an approach, like, I know I talked about before when I had my twins, I had horrific anxiety, like of dying, for example. And it's like, well, what if I have a heart attack right now? And it's like, well, what if you do? Like, I literally can't do anything about it. There's not a GD thing I can do to change that. So, why am I worrying about it? And it's easier for me to sit here and say this because we're deep in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder when it's like you're going through your day and it just hits you, and I don't have Marissa sitting next to me on our podcast talking about it. So
when you're in the thick of it, that's like a whole nother realm.
I just like try to take deep breaths, like stuff like that. They say to put your face in like ice. Because it physically resets your nerves or something like that, I think.
Your face, your wrist.
Okay.
Too, because I know that's like where the cold... Because the cold resets you. Like, it actually physically hits your nervous system and...
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I never... Like, I've heard of, like, breathing and stuff, but I never heard of the cold stuff. Mm-hmm. But it really is like, well, so what? Like, that's kind of just what I have to do sometimes. Like, well, so what? Like, so what if like... Dalton wants 5 more minutes before he picks up his toys. Like, is it the end of the world? Like, but it's my head, and that could be a topic for another day, but obsession, like just obsessive thoughts. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. None of it really matters in the end.
That's still a work in progress for me, too, because I get really upset if, like, when I say do something, do it. I feel like that's something that has to that's, like, deeply rooted.
And I think another important thing is that Marissa tells me all the time is you have to have grace with yourself. Mm-hmm. Give yourself a break. Because I think we're so quick to try to give others that same understanding, but just can't give it to ourselves.
Yeah. Amen to that, sis. Because, God just meets us exactly where we're at.
Yeah.
He wants us as we are, the imperfect human that we are.
It's tough. So we just started treating ourselves like we treat other people.
I really like that, though, because like what you just said, I really do believe it's easier for us to have grace towards others than it is to have on ourselves. Like, we're so much harder on ourselves than we are.
It's insane.
On others. It's like, okay, like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Well, it's forget about the past. The past is history. Forget about tomorrow. Tomorrow is
a mystery.
And then all we have is today, the present, and it's like, that's why they say, I forget, a gift, that's what they say, enjoy. Don't listen to me. But you get
that was such a great quote.
Wasn't it beautiful? I was trying to wrap this segment up with a nice quote. I fucked it up. But you get the drift. So, I don't know. It's a hard end because it's that control literally just ripples everywhere. And it's like, dude, you can't have things go your way. A, you can't have your things go your way all the time because that's just life. But B, it's not your way. Like, it's not, things aren't my way. That's not how it works.
It's my way or the highway.
So just cut yourself some grace, cut other people grace. Like, it's all good, man. It's all good. None of it's going to freaking matter.
It's gonna be all right.
Don't worry about a thing. All right, what are you grateful for?
Okay, I am grateful for... I'm going to keep it very simple, but I feel like... Because I did my gratitude list this morning. I journal try to do a daily gratitude list. If I don't physically write it down, I'll say it out loud. But things that I'm grateful for specifically today... Did you say specifically? I think I said something weird. I don't know what just came... Was
Pacifically?
It Pacifically?
Is it Pacifically or Atlantically?
Specifically. That's what you get trying to make fun of me. Why am I so singing today? Anyway, things I feel like that people just pass over and they're like, you don't think to be grateful for that. So I am thankful for the roof over my head. Mm-hmm. I am thankful for having indoor plumbing.
Okay.
And I am thankful for electricity, especially central air when it's hot out and heat and all the whole nine. And, of course, my fam squad.
People live off-grid intentionally with no electricity and water and stuff. I was just watching something on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. I mean, I think it's the discipline it must take. That's pretty
definitely.
Neat. I'm grateful for... my mother, I know I feel like I say her a lot, but she just lets me talk out the crazy. Speaking of what we're talking about, she just listens to me and lets me get it out. I really wouldn't be through most of my life's roller coaster rides without her. I do want to say I'm grateful for, we finished up our baby shots. And I'm
grateful for the What's Up batch story.
This is why I don't title my shit.
Sorry, I'm done. It's the Red Bull. I'm telling you, man, that shit pumped me up.
I just want to say that I'm grateful to the ER nurses were amazingly kind. And I just saw like this one dude like interacting with other patients. Like, I don't know, it was cool. So I'm thankful for the people that have to do that job because I'm sure it's really not easy. And I'm just thankful for this podcast because I think it feels like it gave me a sense of purpose again. And I think I should talk about that before. But it breaks up the monotony. It feels like a sense of purpose, and I don't know, it's pretty cool. So that's what I'm grateful for.
Oh, I like your little spunk at the end. Like, that's what I'm grateful for. And what?
You got a problem?
It's my favorite time of day. Favorite time of day. Wait, speaking of, I don't know what's up with my singing and my dancing today, but let's just do a flashback real quick. Do you remember the YouTube video of that guy doing like, Maya he?
Oh my God.
That's what it reminds me.
Maya ha ha.
All right, Papa C, joke of the day. Are you going first? Or am I going first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. What's the best music to listen to while fishing?
I don't know what.
It doesn't really matter, just something catchy.
Done. Oh my God.
I like that one.
Damn, it's hard to go second.
I'll go second next time.
Hold on.
Oh, Jesus.
So, yeah, let me clear my throat. Okay, so I started reading a book about anti-gravity.
Okay.
It's really hard to put down.
Oh my God, that was great.
Make sure you give us
a
like on TikTok and Instagram. Crazy as a Mother Pod.
And follow us and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. Crazy as a Mother Podcast. Oh God, thank you so much, guys.
We love you guys so much.
Until next time, crazies. We'll see ya.
Bye.